Welcome to the CLR Foundations Summer Moodle course. This is a very quick overview of the layout of the course. My name is Gina Spoo and I will be facilitating it this summer. Like I said, just a quick overview of how the course works. So obviously you're watching this, so you've been in this beginning part, but in the introduction is where you are. It lays out the timeline. As you can see for the module 1, which is chapter 1, you have 2 weeks, just knowing that school is wrapping up, so giving some extra time for that. And I guess these are soft guidelines. They will help with the group discussions that we're using, though, if you can stick close to them. Or if you do work ahead, not a problem, but just come back from time to time to check on the seesaw post and the flip grid at the end. So you were watching the video. And then I just wanted to cue you in here on the seesaw directions. As you can see, this gives you specific directions of what to do, how to sign in. If you don't have a seesaw, if you've never used it, I guess I would say, and if you already do have an account, different steps. But I'm going to quickly just take you out to seesaw. Your screen will look slightly different. I'm in under teacher mode. But you are in the CLR Foundations, the summer 2018 course, and you're really just going to navigate with this white plus sign within the green circle. That is your go-to button. And so you'll notice, and I'll take you back to it, but in each modules 1, 2, and 3, in each of those modules, there's a seesaw assignment. So you're always going to go to here, and you're only going to actually have one choice. You're going to have Post to Student Journal as your choice. And so when you click that, you get a format in which you can use. I'm just going to simply, I don't have any photos ready at the moment, so I'm just going to simply do a note. So if I was reflecting and responding for this group assignment, I could just simply type in this note. If I can spell correctly. And then you'll go to this, the check mark button, and it will ask you if you want to, you could do a voice recording, get all fancy, or simply if you want to edit the note. So if I say I forgot something, I can say, you are all. There we go. Now I'm done. Done again. So I press check. And then I choose where I want to put this. So I'm going to put it in, because this is pretend, but this is my chapter 1 reflection. And I press the green check again. And it will be in there. And once more of these pop up from all the participants, you have a chance to look at them, read them, you can like, you can comment, etc. So that is Seesaw in a nutshell. If you have used it, obviously this will be very easy for you. If you're new to it, like I was, don't worry, it will get easier as you go. So I'm going to go back here. So that was Seesaw. You will notice, though, here it has a code. When you first get into the class, you'll need a code. I know it says it expires June 7th, but once June 7th comes, I will update it for those of you that start the course after June 7th. I will continue to check that to make sure you have an updated code to get in. You only have to do the code once. Once you've enrolled in the course, you won't need that, but you will need it the initial time. Again, here's your timeline of the course. It's suggested, and that is the introduction. So I'm going to go back out to here. You'll notice there's a button here for announcements. I'm not sure how I will use that. I might play around with it, but if there's something I want to tell the whole group, I might use that announcement key, but more than likely I will not. We will keep it simple for the summer. Then you're at Module 1, Chapter 1. The journey to responsiveness. So this is, obviously you're reading chapter 1. If you go into the overview, it tells you what's in the chapter and then your 3 tasks. In each of the first 3 chapters, there's an anticipation guide. And then there are 2 assignments in each one. There's a seesaw reflection, which is your group assignment, and then there's your individual assignment that you will upload. And then task 3 is an entry in the personal dictionary. So that's your overview. And like I said, task 1, in each chapter has this anticipation guide. It really is just, there's nothing you have to download, nothing you have to turn in. It's simply just to help guide your reading. So that's something to take a look at before you read, and then also to come back to it after you read, of course. Task 2, this is the assignments, of course, reading the chapter, and the initial foreword, make sure you read that because that is written by our very own Becky Allen, and it is fabulous. So make sure you read the foreword. And then chapter 1 is step 1. Then there are the 2 assignments. There is the group assignment in Seesaw, and this describes exactly what to do. Then assignment 2 is your individual assignment. It tells you what to do. And that is that part. So I'm going to go back out here. Task 3, like I said earlier, is your CLR vocabulary personal dictionary. You're going to pick one CLR term or vocabulary word or concept from the chapter you're reading. So this is chapter 1, and you are going to use our group personal dictionary. So here's a link to it. And this dictionary will grow as the course grows and as all participants add entries to it. But you'll notice this is the blank template that you will use. Your vocabulary word you type in here, you put your name, etc., and you add to the boxes. Here are actually some examples from the previous course of what people did. So just kind of some examples to guide you. And then there are a bunch of blank templates. If you're a person that gets to the last template and there aren't any more, just simply go up to this first one and copy and paste it. We'll try to leave the very first template blank to have as our master template. So that is the dictionary. So back here, back to module 1, and that is module 1. Very similarly then, you get into module 2, which is chapter 2. Here's your suggested timeline. Chapter 2 gives you a task, gives you an overview. Same as module 1. You have the anticipation guide, you have reading the chapter, you have a seesaw assignment, and you have an individual assignment, and you have the personal dictionary assignment. Then chapter 3, same thing. You have an overview, anticipation, reflection guide. You read the chapter, you do the seesaw reflection and an individual assignment, and your vocabulary personal dictionary entry. Then you get to module 4, which is a little different than during the school year because, of course, you do not have students now unless you're teaching summer school, and you can infuse this into one of your lessons. But it has several tasks in this. First is, and I'm just going to quickly take you into each one. You have a continuum reflection, and this has you reflect personally and on your students that you previously had, taking a look at the culture behaviors in your classroom and where you fall on within these behaviors on a continuum and where some of your students fell. So that is the continuum. Then task 2 is the assignment, and this is because you don't have students, but this is taking a really closer look at students and those culture behaviors and really helping intentionally plan. So you will use this shape sheet, and this is where you'll have to think of previous students that you had and where they could fit within these culture behaviors. And you can list, for example, if they're a very, a sociocentric student, where social discourse and that nonlinear conversational patterns are an asset. Their name might go here with a VA, knowing when you do any sociocentric activities, you're validating and affirming that student. You may have a student that is not sociocentric, that really struggles with social discourse and working collaboratively, where discussion is a high priority. Their name may similarly go here, but with a BB, knowing when you plan, you're intentionally building and bridging for that student. And so that's how this planning sheet works. So I encourage you to think of past students and how they may fall on this chart. You obviously would not have all of your students on this document, but this is a document that you may change every 3 to 4 weeks during the school year, thinking of your students and how to engage students differently. Maybe students that aren't as engaged as you would like, that aren't as connected in the classroom, that maybe are having more behavior problems, and really looking at them through that cultural lens. So that is the shape sheet. Then there is a lesson plan document. And so I do ask that during the summer you plan a lesson. Obviously you won't be teaching it unless you could do it during summer school. But you will plan a lesson with some of the protocols that you've learned. It's opening the template quickly. And it's pretty simple. It's just a couple. There we go. You can write a couple sentences about what the students will be learning. Then it's really just your agenda. What are your steps to your lesson? And what are the CLR protocols and activities you are going to infuse in each of those steps? And then thinking and really categorizing them. Where do those activities fall? Are they validating and affirming? And if so, how are you building and bridging and so forth? And then this is, what did you notice about engagement? What went well? What would you change next time? And of course, you will not be able to fill out this reflection piece now, but in the fall, I encourage you to teach this lesson and take some reflection time on this lesson. Maybe for the summer course, you could simply write here what you, obviously what you hope and how this lesson is different from how you taught this lesson in the past. So, coming back up, and I'm going to go back to Module 4. Then we have the CLR dictionary, and this time you're not adding anymore, but you're simply just reviewing them and reflecting on how you can use a personal dictionary in your classroom, and in what way did this help you create a deeper understanding of the key CLR terms. And you're simply going to type your response. There'll be a box for you to type and submit. So that is the dictionary reflection. And finally, there's a Flipgrid assignment. And so this is really, you're just going to share your biggest takeaway in 60 seconds or less using Flipgrid. There is my lovely face. And you just simply press the plus sign, and it will bring you to a video camera, and you can record. So I'm going to take that off because we don't need to see that. And that would be the ending of the course. So coming back, that takes you through Module 4. And back to the top, my email's here. Of course, reach out anytime you have questions. If something doesn't make sense, something doesn't fit, please reach out and ask. Have fun, good luck, happy learning, and most importantly, happy summer.